Alright. Where are we? Ah. We're hanging out. What a beautiful view this window gives you. Truly marvelous. See, that's some prime real estate for some advertising right there. And there. Those need to be like cyberpunk level billboards. Only not cyberpunk content billboards, because that would probably get the game's rating bumped up a bit. Good times. Aavak is straight into the capitalist hustle grind mindset. Well, what? I mean, the billboards don't have to be about things that you can buy. Though I did say prime real estate. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Duly noted. Right, so, first and foremost then. Now, do remember, I am playing with hands on stick and throttle, so... Now, let's have a quick look. Joystick's dead zone. I kind of want the dead zone to be a little bit... I think I want it to be a little bit larger. Am I... And I apologize for this. I believe the dead zone is where in the center it no longer moves as aggressive. Like it becomes super precise movement. Is that right? Oh, it doesn't react in the dead zone. Oh, I actually don't want there to be a no reaction in the dead zone then. I kind of want that off. I've got the X52 Pro, and I don't think I need any degree of dead zone on the stick. The stick seems quite stable. Maybe we'll leave a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I've got bidirectional throttle off. Gamepad mode only with control. What does this have? For all controllers and joysticks. I will leave that. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, if you have shaky hands, it helps. Right. Okay, well, once we get into space, I'll see if the stick drifts at all and whether we need dead zone. Because honestly, I was struggling so much with aiming where, like, it felt like I was moving the stick, but the stick wouldn't react. And it felt like I needed to move it just a little bit more than I was comfortable with for the ship to start turning at all. So that's probably something that would be useful for me to check out. Platform movement. Let's just make sure that everything is good. Yeah, that's all fine. General. Throttle, invert throttle, it's fine. Oh, actually, on this note, let me pull up my cheat sheet. So useful to have this. Oh my lord. But there's like nowhere for me to stick it on the screen. It's kind of annoying. But there we are. Cheat sheet is up. So I can see what the buttons all are. Wow, Hickson. We're going to have to make a separate oubliette to send Horde in chat. Like to see. Match target speed, that's fine. It's Y rotation. Boost, that's fine. Toggle mouse steering, toggle flight assist, toggle direct mouse steering. Is there a way for me to toggle... Well, what's the toggle for looking around inside the cockpit? Because I would love it if I could just do that with a little mouse hat on my throttle. Off to the function with all of you. Indeed. Fire secondary, fire primary. Next primary weapon group. That's fine. Next secondary weapon group. That's also fine. Toggle aim assist. One of the things that was happening before is I didn't have aim assist on. And I'm starting to feel like aim assist would be very useful for the dogfights. Like, I was really noticing that when we were trying to chase down the little criminal shuttles, that was an exercise in futility for the large point. I feel that with 6 degrees of freedom and at the speeds that we're moving at, unless you want to do fighter jousting, aim assist is going to be a necessity. Like, after a certain point, it's like, no, I'm handing over the aiming to the blistering fast supercomputer algorithms in my ship. I'll choose what we're targeting, and I will generally point us in the right direction, but I expect the guns to make the subtle adjustments. It's like, I wouldn't try controlling PDCs, because I don't think that fast. I've got software for that. Yeah, we don't have... what's PDCs? Point Defense Cannons. If you've ever seen, like, missiles being shot down, or in fact, modern anti-aircraft systems, actually, or if you've ever seen, I don't know, probably the best, most accurate PDCs I've ever seen in, film media would be the ones in Expanse, where it's literally... You can see where the bullets are only because the traces, which are being fired every 10 shots, but you could honestly believe that it was actually just spewing a stream of liquid fire at the enemy because the traces are that close together. That's what a PDC is. You wouldn't be able to control that with our meat brains. I wouldn't call CWIS accurate. Yeah, they're not accurate. That's the point. They're saturating a space with bullets. It's not about conserving the bullets used. It's about conserving your life from the impending exploding missile death. Well, then it changes based on the game. Like, in this game, we're going to name ships. Not like I don't even know if you can name individual characters. Maybe you can, in which case I'll drop the price back down. But, like, ships are quite rare. So, for that, the price goes up a bit. Because hopefully they're going to be with us forever. Yeah, PDCs are shotgun space. Machine gun flavor. Yeah, pretty much. But that being said, I mean, there's still... Again, like, the sort of PDCs that you would see in things like... Expanse, like that was just, there was one scene in Expanse where I thought that is probably the most accurate to what, and also the most kick-ass scene ever, is they were burning away from incoming missile fire, and they just primed and triggered the PDCs. Like, no one was controlling that. They were just deciding when they were armed and when they weren't. And then all of a sudden the ship went into a roll, quite an aggressive roll, and the PDCs just, it was like a ballet of bullets out behind the ship, taking out these missiles as they were closing in. It was absolutely glorious to see. But let's go through. I've got ammunition, that's fine. I know where all of that is. Toggle aim assist, though. What can I use for that? Also, is there an option to just put aim assist on? Is there ever going to be a time when I don't want aim assist on? I'll just use keyboard for these, because these are going to be so infrequently used. Current ship info. Open quick action menu. That's a button I can use. Oh, wait, that's the button I use all the time. Never mind. Shut up, Chad. Right, so target object in map. Where's the targeting for enemies and the likes? I also want to a way to target... just the nearest thing, or what I'm... nearest thing to my cursor, that sort of stuff. If I can. Camera look mode. Standard view, external target view, external static view, zoom in, zoom out, camera left. See, these... camera mouse look. It's a shame that isn't something like that that I could use to just look around inside the cockpit. Yeah, I probably want it off when I'm shooting locks. That's about... that would make sense. Though, if we find that I don't need the dead zone on the stick, then the shooting locks might be a lot easier. I know people were saying, you know, set it up so that the guns follow your mouse. I would love it if there was a way for me to do that with just the stick. But maybe I will just have to switch over to, you know, for precision close-up work. Though... actually, here's a question for anyone in chat who happens to play this a lot. Can you, because I know that you can target subsystems on ships, and for people in chat who didn't know that, you can. So if you're fighting a ship and you're like, I don't want to destroy the ship, but I do want to stop them from being able to get away from me, or to be able to turn around to bring their cannons to face me, shoot their engines, shoot their thrusters, shoot their shields off, shoot their guns off. So, is that possible to target the locks on a lockbox by that same measure? Is the lock... so, conceptually, the lockbox is now the ship, and the locks that I'm meant to shoot are now the subsystems that I'm targeting. Can you do that? No, you can't. Damn it. Okay, well, answer the question. Thank you very much for that. Deselect target. There's no deselect target. What? Target closest hostile is 22. That's fine. So that's right. Target object is 20. Are you 20? That's up. So right is closest hostile. Up is target object. I've got no deselect. I don't need to deselect. This train only has one gear, and that is kill everything in front of it. Target next target, target previous target, that's down and left, okay. Next, surface element. Okay, so there's no... ooh, that feels rough. That feels unpleasant to not have that. Aavak has a plan of attack. Attack! That's the plan. Yes. This train only has one gear. Kill everything in front of it. Well, we now know how you've solved the trolley problem. Well, I mean, you know. Alright. Toggle cockpit, that's fine. I do that infrequently enough. Toggle VR tracking? New achievement unlocked. And by unlocked, I don't mean we've gained the achievement. I mean we are now aware of the achievement. Okay. Pause. What? Toggle target lock. What does that do? Give me a... kind of... no. It's a shame. Okay, so... Okay, I can use the D-pad. I can use D-pad up and D-pad down for surface elements. I'd have to get in close to do that. But what is target locked? Is that... I can't quite understand how that's different from select target. I think there was only one other thing that I really wanted to make sure that I had, and that is simply the toggle target aim assist rather. Flight assist, we've already got that one. Don't use steering assist. Oh, target lock is for smart missiles. Right, okay, thank you very much for that one. That's super useful. Right, okay, so aim assist. What buttons am I using and not using? I want it to be an easy button for me to hit. Okay. Oh, okay. Fair enough. There we are. So that's actually a fairly easy button for me to hit. That's on my throttle, just beneath my the mouse. It would actually be better if it was on my stick, I suppose, but there's all of the buttons on the stick are more or less used. Unless I use the left-right, but I feel that left-right on the D-pad is too close to up-down on the D-pad, and so I might switch what I'm targeting at whilst trying to toggle aim assist. Have you heard of the trolley problem? It'd be interesting to see how you played it sometime. It has Twitch integration. What? The trolley problem, as in there's a trolley going to hit 5 people, and if you pull a lever, it'll switch to hit 1 person. Trolley problem Inc. It's a game. Oh! Alright. I'll look into it. Let you dig around inside the inner workings of my mind. I'm sure that won't go badly at all. You know what? Sure, we are actually going to have D-pads. Deselect target will be up. And target will be down. And then these two will be left. Next surface element. Right. Previous one will be left. Okay, there we go. I think that gives me everything that I previously didn't have. Okay, we've got a bunch of stuff that we can now check out, so let's do the check-in and the out of that. Player information, first and foremost. Let's have a quick look at our transaction log. Show more. Within the last 2 hours... No, sorry, 3 hours. My apologies. I can't count, chat. That's a little bit concerning. Actually, let's make that smaller. So the last hour... We're creeping up from our trades. We're not making a lot of profit anymore. In fact, it's getting very close. In terms of my inventory, I've got a bunch of random odds and sods. You know what? One thing I would like to do is go to the crafting station. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Spacesuit bomb sounds like the sort of thing you would only have if you were considering doing something bad. I see. But there's, like, initially, when I came over here, I only had one item in my... It seems that this only shows you the items that you have at least one of the ingredients to make. I didn't realize that. I thought there was an entire craft bench and an interface and a thing for making one device. And I'm going to be honest, I was like, that's kind of wasteful. What were the devs thinking? May as well have made it a tradable thing rather than creating this kind of entire minigame on one thing. But no, there's more stuff that you can do. So we might actually be able to turn a profit on stuff. Because look at the numbers involved. And look at the price of the end result. Like, I'm honestly, there's a big part of me that's like, if I build a seat, I might just sell the bloody thing right now. But also feel like, well, I mean, having time dilation, I don't think is as useful for traveling in this game. It probably is on very, very long travels, but I think it's probably extremely useful when it comes to economics. Like, if you just want to pass time quickly to make money, that's probably when that will be more useful than traveling. I understand that in the previous X games, this was much more of a thing you needed for just traveling. And I imagine it was kind of similar to the older Elite games in that as well, in that you were going to be dealing with enormous distances and enormous amounts of time between points, so you needed some way to dilate time. Is there a place to say? Oh, that's true. But maybe no one would buy it. I don't know. But it's good to note. Okay. Thank you very much for a space that at least sounds a little bit better than out there, but you really need to get better music in here. This music doesn't make me want to buy a ship. That should be the purpose of the music in your showroom. It should be lulling me into some sort of trance-like money-spending state. You are so bad at your job. I'm going to go to the manager's office and just hang out there for a little bit because I want to do a bit of stuff economic. This is the best manager's office we've been to so far. Look at the aquarium. We can chill out here and listen to aquarium noises. This is so good. It's a curved aquarium. Ah, the luxury. The money. My lord. The fish are the managers. Fair. They didn't. The ones that I've been haven't. Quite a lot of them. Like, this is the first time I've been in this corridor, I should say. The ones that I've been to previously didn't have this. They've just been a corridor leading to a thing. Oh, unless this is a change because of the DLC and they've smartened the place up. Maybe I'm fairly certain that this is not the case. Also, yeah, I kind of feel like, why on earth isn't the aquarium in here so you can look at it?
Hello there.
Like, this entire wall. I don't know what this thing does, but it's not as good as an aquarium. Oh, there's seats. Not as good as an aquarium, I reiterate. I've definitely been in one of these corridors before. Okay, well, I'll have to go back. I'm fairly certain that not all of them had this, but all right. I may honestly just be mistaken. I apologize if I was. However, we need to do some Empire management. First and foremost, let's check in on our ships. Now, I've got all of the DLC now, so I expect some things will be unlocked that weren't available previously. Currently, the ships that we've got doing stuff are the Shadar and the Vanya. Vanya is presently doing a bit of trading. And the Shadar is doing a bit of mining. The Unsinkable 2 is... What is the Unsinkable 2 doing? What is the Unsinkable 2? The Unsinkable 2 is just chilling out. Why? Disapprove. Alright, well, at least you haven't been destroyed, I suppose. Small mercies. Alright, well, the first thing I would like you to do then is finish exploring this area. And then, when you're done with that, explore this area. And then when you're done with that, explore this area. I want you to explore all of this place. Just go around the outskirts. Explore it all. I don't know, like, I'm assuming that they will finish one entire area's explore up to the point where they're like, there's nothing else for me to do, and then they'll move on. If that's not the case, I've just made an incredibly annoying route for them to do, but whatever. I could also tell them to then dock after they're done with it. When you're bored, dock and wait at the wharf. Got nothing else to do, go there. Which star did I pick, Tubman? I picked Young Gun. I wanted something as close to the default, no particular push in any direction start that I could. I wanted a more or less true sandbox experience. By the way, the borders expand once you reach them. You can fly forever in one direction. Does it expand in some way that's useful, though? Oh, actually, you know what? Have you actually got any deployables? You've got some nav beacons, but not many. Oh, I'm going to cancel these orders. I apologize for that. Delete all. Right, go and chill out. I want to change your behavior a bit. So, how does resupply work? If I tell them right now to always keep 10 nav beacons, will that mean that when they've consumed them, they will try and resupply them? Or am I not understanding that properly? Because what I would like is for them to drop a nav beacon if they find something interesting while looking. It's resupplies, repairs, and restocking of missiles. Okay. Fair enough. Then that isn't what I was hoping for. Is there a way that I can define that, though? The police response to found abandoned ship. Mark. Found lockbox. I want you to mark it. Oh. Oh, you can't mark those. Right. Destroy drop crates, collect drop crates, ignore dropped crates. Ignore dropped crates. But notify me if an incident occurs. In terms of the lockbox, though, can I in some way tell them to collect the lockbox whilst also not while dropping any contraband they get? Also, if it's an AI pilot, can Can they mess that up and explode the lockbox? Because I trust myself more than the AI if that is the case. In which case, I would just want them to let me know. Comply. Escape. Yeah, but I can only escape. I don't want to escape. I would like them to just not have contraband. There is a minor... Oh, right. It's complying as if they find the contraband, they let go. Right, I see. In that case, I'm going to say... Maybe wait if they find a lockbox and notify me of the incident. Mark the ship... and notify me, and ignore dropped crates and notify me. But otherwise, that's fine. Actually, you know, destroy drop crates, I guess. No, I don't want them to break them. Sector travel, blacklists, fire authorization overrides. Huh. I literally only have one option, and that is off. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good enough for now. Alright, so if exploring out at the edge is not necessarily a good idea, I will at least finish exploring
I'll wait for you to tell me to take off.
Inner areas. You can go ahead and do that now, though. Proceed with current orders. The most thing, I want them to just be doing something all the time, because I'm using this smaller ship doing exploration to train the captain up to level 3. Just catching up on chat right now. Aavak, I want to believe that thing at the side of the office is some kind of dispenser. What it dispenses has yet to be understood by science. It's an SCP. You go up to it and you ask, and it'll produce whatever. Just don't ask for a cup of Joe, especially if you're named Joe. Alright, okay, so that's done. Now, what I would like to do... First, actually, I want refine... Okay, so ore. Where does ore go? And how's... Oh, damn it. I'm going to set up some repeat orders. Ore bought for 59 over there. Okay. It's quite a large desire for it. And that's going to be turned into refined materials, or refined metal. They've got a large stock. They're actually... What? Oh, sorry. I thought the same station was buying it for more than they were selling it for. I was like, hang on a second. That doesn't seem like good business sense. Right. So, what sort of place is buying that? That's a scanning array. That doesn't seem like something I'd be able to easily sell. What I would like is a trip They're buying it down here. What are you? You're another scanning factory. Specifically, I want something that I can bring refined metals over to. Ship technology factory. I want something that has got a constant use. Is what I'm looking for. High-tech factory. You produce engine parts and advanced composites. I want to create a trade loop. So, miner sells to a specific ore station, encouraging that station to produce refined metals. Trader picks up refined metal, sells it to a place that then produces something that the trader would then want to haul back to the approximate location of where it's going to be picking up the refined metals again. So that the loop continues to roll. And then I can just set up a repeat order, and hopefully it'll manage itself. This one... What do you sell exactly? Is it not going to tell me? You sell scanning arrays, and what buys scanning arrays exactly? Argon Wharf. But that's going to be a limited desire for it, isn't it? No, these hexagons are basically space within a system. The scale on this game is while it's not truly accurate, it is much closer than most will make it. So the distances between bodies is vast. So there's lots of like factories and stuff that will be between a planet and its moon, for example. Those red splotches, danger zones. No, those are areas with ore in them. Purple ones are areas with ore and gas, and blue ones are areas with only gas. Concentrations of gas that are available. I've set up satellites in these areas to inform me what's going down. So they have produced scanning arrays for quite a low price, but they've only got 17. Oh, it's a trading... They buy a little bit of everything. Oh, wow. They probably just buy and sell, try and make a little bit, skimming a little bit of profit. No, this isn't the only view. I'm in a, well, I'll for those who've just joined, I'll quickly show you. I was just in a menu. So, this is the game.
Hello.
Normally. I was just hanging out in a quiet area, so I didn't have to listen to ships coming and going. Let's go to the Trader's Corner. Now, there are ships coming and going. And you can be in the ships, and you'll be in the cockpit. You can have AI pilots to chauffeur you places. That ship looks amazing. We're probably going to see different ship types now, because I've got all of the DLC, so we're going to have different designs of ships visible. Outside is a massive station. No, this isn't my space station. This is a space station, but you can make your own. I'm nowhere near rich enough to do that yet. What? I can go onto a high-tech freighter? No, I can't. Much sadness, but I could have at one point. But we're going to go back to the manager's office because it's nice and quiet and we can look at fish. Take care, road train. You have a good one, mate. What's gas used for? It's like gas mining. So you're getting specific gases from like gas clouds in space, and then selling that as resources for building stuff. But back to what I was doing. Sorry for that we're staring at this screen. We're going to be staring at this screen for a little bit because I'm trying to set up a trade. And I wanted to have a decent trade loop. Are there things down here that would use refined materials? Yes. Oh, that's sold with. What do we use? A hull parts factory. Okay. How much are the refined materials up here? We wouldn't be making very much. But I am assuming that they use hull refined materials to make hull parts. Let's have a look at hull parts. What kind of sales do we have for those? Is there anything up here that needs hull parts for a decent price? That will sell hull parts for... They don't have any. Probably why they're willing to spend a decent amount on getting refined materials. Sorry, metals rather. But what I'm looking for is a loop that involves a constant demand. So an ore refinery is always going to demand ore for as long as the refined materials are being sold, because they're going to want to replace the refined materials that they're selling. That's why I want to have my trader take the refined materials from whichever station I decide to have my miner use as its primary drop-off and sell those somewhere else so there's a constant demand for ore. And then wherever I'm selling those refined materials, it would be ideal if I could pick something up there that place is producing, thus to increase the demand for refined materials, and sell those things somewhere close to the ore refining station that I'm frequenting, so that there is a return trip. Oh, there's a hull parts factory there. But they sell for a lot. Oh, yeah, they're selling for quite a lot, actually. Hull parts over there, the Argon shipyard, I guess. Hull parts over here at the Argon wharf. Aavak, we should be accustomed to staring at screens. I mean, aren't we doing it right now? Watching you play... Oh, shush you. Ah, so pedantic. I mean, yes, fair play, but so pedantic. Weapon component factory? I mean, the ideal thing would be to sell materials in a place where they don't easily get those materials. And I don't believe there is a... Is there somewhere getting ore down here? I don't think there is. So they won't have a natural production of refined metals. The technology factory barely buys them for anything, really. What does it make? Engine parts. There's the equipment dock over here, which is buying them for a decent amount. And that doesn't produce anything, so that would be the terminus, but that's not really the terminus we want. We want the terminus back that way. Are there ore refineries down here? I mean, I'm assuming that this is the way it would work. I might be very, very much wrong about that. If so, many sorries.